Hey guys, my name is Bharat and I've been running this YouTube channel since 2017, and every single time there's some kind of major updates I try to get this information across, because most of the times this information always comes in German newspapers in German. So many people don't even come across this. So this is going to be a video which is very important, something that you would need to share with the friends or family whatsoever, whoever are questioning or are not yet aware about your plan of coming to Germany, because this is going to change things for a lot of people. For this, I'm going to take you to the screen and I'm going to show you two different articles, one from 2019 and one from now 2021, which just came one day ago in a very reputed German newspaper called Handelsblatt. So if you take a look at the newspaper back in 2019, there it said that Deutschland braucht 260.000 Zuwanderer im Jahr. So Germany needs 260,000 immigrants every single year for Germany to keep up its social security system so that they can pay their older people pension, amongst many other things. Now, what is happening is, now you see this article. This is from 2021, so August 24th, 2021, just one day ago. And you see the number has already increased to now 400,000 migrants per year. And now the things are really changing, because for them the pressure is building up, because if they're not able to really replace the current population of people who are working right now in different kind of jobs and so on, it is going to get difficult, because then they will have to increase the limits of the people who are working till the old age. So right now the retirement age is 65, it might get increased to 67 and then 70 and so on. Of course, nobody wants that. It is not going to be popular in the politics. So they're trying to look for different kind of ways. And I'm going to go through this article. I'm going to share with you word for word what they're saying so that you can understand what the problem is. So this is the article from Handelsblatt. I'm going to put the link for this in the description below. It says, skilled workers shortage. Germany is running out of workforce. BA boss, so BA is Bundesagentur für Arbeit. That's why I always say, when you're using the words in German, essentially you can just make so much more sense of it. I've translated to English for this video. Due to the demographic development, the number of potential workers is decreasing. However, Germany could still solve the problem, but the future government would have to take care of this. Now again, many people don't know, but the German elections are coming in September. Right now, the idea is that the Greens, they're actually having a lot of good points. The Merkel's party, CDU, CSU, the Union, they're also having decent points. SPD is kind of going down. My favorite party, FDP, they're essentially not also doing that well, because FDP is essentially the only party which is wanting to have lower taxes for everybody, and kind of more fair taxes, so that the rich don't leave the country right away, and they're also having more incentives to stay and pay the taxes and get some benefits from that. I've made a detailed breakdown of different kind of parties and what kind of economic policies they have on my new website, which is called financegermany.com. I will also put the link for that in the description below. So here it says that from the point of view of the chairman of the Federal Employment Agency, Detlef Scheele, Berlin, Germany needs around 400,000 immigrants per year, significantly more than in previous years. And that is true. You can see already here in 2019 it was just 260,000. But for me, it is not about asylum, but about targeted immigration for the gaps in the labor market, said Scheele of to the Süddeutsche Zeitung. Now they always kind of mess up the translation from German to English. And that is really true, because what Germany again doesn't want is a lot of untargeted people, because that is not going to help the bottom line. That is going to put more stress on the bottom line. What they need right now is people from specific fields. They see, okay, these many jobs, openings are available in this particular profession. We need people only in this profession. And I'm very happy to see that somebody from the German government is now finally talking about this. Because previous it was just just everybody come inside, but you can of course bring them, not a problem at all, but you also have to make sure, how do you train them, how do you bring them to the workforce? And that is something that the government was not focusing on yet. So I'm very happy. This is going to be a very good news for people who are educated, who are having some kind of specific skills, and not even just education in the field of university degrees and things like that, but you have carpenters, you have plumbers, you have people who are taking care of older people and things like that. Anybody who has a training will actually be benefited heavily from this. So something you have to keep in mind. From care and air conditioning to logistics specialists and academics, there will be a shortage of skilled workers everywhere. Regarding possible resistance to migration, he said, you can stand up and say we don't want any foreigners, but it does not work. So this is like the kind of, the mood of the German, like, people, like also the right wing, like they will not be able to sustain this kind of, like, xenophobia. Anyways, like they're not in majority, like that's a very tiny fraction of Germany, and it exists in any single country you can go to. We live in Denmark, there's like, a party like that here, like we've seen in Romania, we have seen in like Germany, we have seen in even like US and so on. Like many times you see like, Trump making these remarks and so on, and like the entire drama he did with the H1B visas at that time, that was also not nice. So you will find this kind of people everywhere, but like economically it will not be possible for them to like resist this idea anymore, because the most important thing is that you're able to support the people who worked for your country your entire life. And how do you do that? By bringing more people inside, like training them, making them a productive part of particular companies so that they can generate money. The money pays taxes, and like this is essentially how the circle runs. So the fact is Germany is running out of workers, said Schiller. As a result of the demographic development, the number of potential workers in typical professional age will decrease by almost 150,000 this year, which is like really big number for them. It will be much more dramatic in the next few years, said Scheele. Germany can only solve the problem by qualifying the unskilled and people with lost jobs, letting women workers who involuntarily work part-time longer, and above all by bringing immigrants into the country. The new federal government must tackle everything. The corona crisis has meanwhile exacerbated the problem of insufficient immigration of skilled workers. Last year, the number of new applicants for recognition of foreign professional qualifications to the German authorities fell by 3% to 42,000, as the Federal Statistical Office reported on Tuesday. The procedure was reformed in March 2020 with the Skilled Workers Immigration Act and is intended to ensure accelerated processes. Due to the pandemic-related entry restrictions, the Statistical Office assumes a simultaneously dampening corona effect. Nevertheless, in 2020, 44,800 foreign qualifications were recognized nationwide as being partially or fully equivalent to German qualifications. That was 5% more than the year before. So like, even though right now, like, the visa issues and stuff are there, I'm very like, sad to see like how badly the German missions, especially in India, are like handling the entire visa situation. I think they should really be working on this, and there would be a focus on this, because okay, right now, like maybe that is not a priority, but when the stress starts coming from the mainland and they say, hey, we need more people and you need to come up with a better system so that you're able to like, make their transition from their home countries to Germany easier, there's no way around it. Like they will have to essentially like, improve their systems and like, overhaul everything. Because right now, if you see like, 5%, there was an increase of 5% from the last year in the foreign qualifications which were recognized. 2/3 of these were in medical health professions. And that's why I also say, like, if you're a doctor or something, you're a nurse, like there's still a lot of scope in Germany, and we have like specialized courses where you can learn these things. I will put the link for those courses in the description below so that you can actually go through them now, and you can like start your process of coming to Germany too. The person who made these courses is a doctor himself, and this is the reason I will put those courses down, because I really believe you should get the help from an expert always, like, not some generalized person. This is also the reason why I do not touch the medical field, and I rather collaborate with somebody who knows it best. I am really good at like, the engineering side, commerce, whatsoever. You can like name any other field, that is not a problem at all. And that's where I guide my students with complete course for studying in Germany when they want to come and study in Germany. And for jobs, we also have complete course for finding jobs in Germany. So both of these are the courses that you can find on Big Academy. Now, and I really believe like this is the right time to start investing in yourself, because look at the next part that this news says. We need a modern immigration law with a point system. So the spokesperson for labor market policy of FDP parliamentary group in the Bundestag, Johannes Vogel, criticized in view of the numbers that the poor skilled worker immigration law of the Union is Merkel's party, so CDU-CSU, and the SPD does not do justice to the importance of the task by far. We finally have to get better in the global competition for talent, and for this, we need modern immigration law with a point system, as Canada and New Zealand have long demonstrated. The German Federation of Trade Unions, DGB, demanded nationwide more reliable and faster procedures. The change from the status of tolerance or a humanitarian stay to a permanent perspective with a permanent job must be easier, demanded DGB board member Anya Peel. She explained in particular immigrant women must be supported in their step into working life in order to fully exploit the domestic potential of skilled workers. I mean, like, some translation is pretty bad, but I can like tell you like one thing from this article, and that is like they will try to model like, you know, the Canadian system or the New Zealand system, Australia system, like for people who want to directly apply for jobs. This means applying for jobs is going to definitely get more organized, but that is also going to like, you know, increase more competition. And that's what I always say, like, you know, before somebody's able to come up with a system or before somebody's able to come up with a proper organization, now is the time for you to actually like really start preparing so that you can think about going abroad and finding a good job for yourself. Because when you come to Germany, it's not about Germany, you know, like it's about the freedom of choice that you have. If you want to stay in Germany, you can stay in Germany. You want to like, you know, after 2 years want to live in Spain and work there, you can do that. You want to go to like Romania, to Denmark, to Austria, whatsoever, you can go to any country you want, just because like you first of all started in Germany, because it is just having so many opportunities right now. These are the only country which is like really pushing for more and more specialized workers, and you should take advantage of that. Also, learning German is very important. I've said it over and over again, and many people say, okay, this is just an excuse. You can also find jobs in English and so on. Yes, you can find jobs in English. Generally in the IT field, that is not so problematic. But if you learn German, you still can come up at higher managerial positions in Germany, because otherwise you would see the people who don't have German skills, they're not given more responsibilities. So that is the one part that you should really aim at understanding and also improving your German. So the link for the German course I will also put inside this description. Every single thing that you need essentially to get started with your process of like, you know, applying for jobs in Germany and stuff is going to be in video's description itself. And the motivation why you should do that is this video. Look at this article, read this article. And this is just going to get worse and worse, but good for us, you know, like good for international people, because they can still come to a country where the labor laws are still very regulated, and you can still get a very nice quality of life for whatever you're doing. So that's the main thing, guys. Share this video with people who do not know that Germany is actually running out of workers and why they should think about starting applying for Germany, for jobs in Germany, for different kind of companies and so on. And like I said, if you need any guidance whatsoever, I've been the first one who like started this entire like, you know, story of bringing awareness about Germany for international people in an organized way. I started the channel in 2017, and I've been doing it consistently. And I will also guide you in the future. So if you have any questions whatsoever, write to me an email at bharat@bharatingermany.com. And do not forget to subscribe to the channel. That always helps. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.